Listen closely. Inside the quiet intensity of tennis, there exists a weapon of pure, unadulterated aggression, honed not just by talent, but by necessity. Victoria Azarenka wasn't built to float, she was engineered for impact, a baseline destroyer whose signature two-handed backhand slices through court rhythm like a steel blade. This isn't elegant ballet, this is a tactical interrogation of the opponent, a relentless, high-decibel assault that often leaves opponents psychologically shattered before the final point is won. You think you know dominance? Azarenka reached world number 1 not by charming the crowds, but by intimidating the entire draw, making every match a desperate fight for survival against her unyielding power. Focus your attention now on the kinetic energy emanating from the baseline. Most players aim for placement, Azarenka aims for destruction. Her game strategy is simple: command the center, punish anything short, and scream with primal intensity at the impact point, an audible signal of the incoming danger that reverberates through the stadium. This relentless pressure forced the evolution of the modern baseline game, demanding that opponents find reserves of speed and stamina previously deemed optional. Witness the sheer confidence radiating from her stance, shoulders back, eyes locked, ready to inflict pain with every rotation of her wrist. She forces opponents into chaotic reaction, never allowing them the comfort of their own rhythm. Now, we turn to the most critical phase of her career, the mutation. The birth of her son was dismissed by many as the end of her elite relevance, a natural conclusion to a high-octane career. They were catastrophically wrong. The maternal break didn't soften her edge, it sharpened her focus, infusing her already monstrous game with a new, terrifying layer of mental resilience. Her return to the tour was not a gentle re-entry, it was an ambush, demonstrating a mental fortitude that only true adversity can forge. She proved that the physical limits of professional tennis are entirely negotiable if the will is strong enough to enforce it. The ultimate deception lies in her consistency at the Australian Open. Her multiple titles there are not random successes, they are a calculated hijacking of the opening major, setting a tone of dominance for the entire year. She operates best under the intense pressure and dry heat, conditions that amplify the speed and trajectory of her flat, unforgiving groundstrokes. But the real cold truth centers on her unique, almost unnerving ability to weaponize the unforced error. Azarenka doesn't necessarily hit more winners than her competitors, she forces her opponents to hit fewer, pushing them past their acceptable tolerances until their game collapses from within. Her intensity is a constant, suffocating blanket of expectation. Now prepare for the revelation, the central mechanism of her enduring threat. Many view her physical fitness or her power as her greatest asset. This is a distraction. Her secret weapon, the core reason she can still dismantle players half her age, is her unparalleled ability to maintain the high-pitched, almost manic intensity of her on-court demeanor, even when losing. This perpetual state of aggressive readiness isn't just about intimidation, it's a critical, biomechanical feedback loop. The sheer effort of maintaining that intensity requires a level of physiological commitment that the casual observer cannot comprehend, burning calories and pushing the absolute limits of lactic threshold. Yet, she sustains it, match after match. But the truly chilling element, the psychological anchor of her dominance, is this: Azarenka's infamous, warrior scream, often criticized by polite commentators, serves a profoundly selfish, tactical purpose beyond mere aggression. It provides a unique, instantaneous rhythm cue for her own body, optimizing her kinetic chain and timing the explosive release of power in her shots with alarming precision. It's not a shout of pain, it's a precise, auditory calibration tool. The shocking reality is that this high-volume noise, weaponized against opponents, is first and foremost a necessity for her own peak performance, a self-imposed requirement for her unmatched baseline ferocity. If she stops screaming, she stops dominating. This is the final assessment, the looming shadow she casts over the modern game. Victoria Azarenka is not merely counted among the sport's modern greats, she fundamentally redefined the mental and physical threshold required for aggressive baseline survival. Her comeback is a continuing masterclass in manufacturing high-stakes tension and mastering the controlled chaos of power tennis, a blueprint for future athletes seeking longevity and dominance. Be vigilant. Her history suggests that the greatest danger often emerges from the darkest corners of necessity.